breaking news from Jehovah's organization. Yesterday, December the 15th, year 2023, their governing body members once again gives a shocking new light. But before I reveal it, let's go back 2 months ago on October the 7th when they give their annual meeting as they revealed 4 new lights. Now let's start off with them once again admitting that their teachings are not inspired by God or infallible.
Well, knowing this, then, we are not embarrassed about adjustments that are made, nor is an apology needed for not getting it exactly right previously. We understand this is how Jehovah operates. He reveals matters gradually when it is needed. And also, the governing body is neither inspired nor infallible.
So there's the first shocking news, that they are once again admitting that their beliefs are not inspired by God. So now let's get into their first shocking new light in their annual meeting. And they revealed that all baptized or unbaptized publishers, that they no longer need to turn in a monthly field service hour report. Here it is. So there it was, their first new light. But let's get into their second light about Noah and the flood and Sodom and Gomorrah. Let's get into it.
Wait a minute. Did I hear that right? We don't have the answer to those questions? I thought we did. In the past, our publications have stated that there's no hope of a resurrection for those who died in the flood or those destroyed in Sodom and Gomorrah. But do we really know that? The men of Sodom and Gomorrah were certainly wicked, and they deserved to die for what they did. But did they know any better? How often did Lot and his family preach to them? And are we saying that if special pioneers had been assigned to Sodom, that they would have had no success whatsoever in preaching to the Sodomites, helping them to turn around and come to a knowledge of Jehovah? Can we say dogmatically that not one Sodomite would have repented if Jehovah's requirements had been explained? And then there's the fascinating statement made by Jesus, found at Matthew chapter 11. I'll give you a moment. Matthew chapter 11, and we're going to read verses 23 and 24. This is interesting. Matthew 11, 23 and 24. And you, Capernaum, will you perhaps be exalted to heaven? Down to the grave you will come. Because, and notice this, if the powerful works that took place in you had taken place in Sodom, it would have remained until this very day. But I say to you, it will be more endurable for the land of Sodom on Judgment Day than for you. It would have remained until this very day. Jehovah's angel had told Abraham that if 10 righteous men could be found in Sodom, the city would not be destroyed. So was Jesus saying that if he had preached and performed powerful works in Sodom, 10 righteous men would have been found, and the city would have been spared?
So there was their second new light, but now let's reveal their third new light about the Great Tribulation. If you will be saved or you will not be saved. Let's get into it.
Final interesting question. Will all those living during the Great Tribulation have a full opportunity to decide either for the kingdom or against it? How would you answer? Don't say it out loud. The simple answer is, we don't know. And we don't need to know, because we're not the judges. It's above our pay grade. But now there may be a little voice in you saying, but why don't we know? I've always believed. During that time, that's it. But you see, each day, we mentioned 150,000 people on average die, 350,000 new babies are born each day. So even if the Great Tribulation was only a few days long, each day you've got more babies being born. And what about areas where the good news hasn't reached to the greatest extent? Maybe in lands where our work is restricted. We might be wondering, well, will we get to preach to every individual? Matthew chapter 10, verse 28, if you look at it later, seems to indicate maybe we won't. So now here's an interesting question. Is it reasonable for us to say that Jehovah and Jesus automatically label millions of people as goats, even though they have never had a full opportunity to?
And now we come to the grand finale of the most recent news light that was published in the JW.org website. Do you want to know what it is? Well, I'm not going to tell you. I want you just to watch their video by one of their uninspired governing body members. Here it goes.
How should we view a brother who chooses to grow a beard today? The governing body has asked me to read the following announcement. A number of branch offices around the world have written to us indicating that there continue to be questions about whether or not it is proper for a brother in an appointed position to wear a beard. After prayerful consideration, the governing body has concluded that there is a need to clarify this matter. The governing body does not have an issue with brothers wearing beards. Why not? Because the scriptures do not condemn the wearing of beards. Furthermore, as time has passed, we have noted that in many lands it is acceptable for men who hold responsible positions in business and government to wear beards. Thus, whether a brother wears a beard is a personal decision. A brother's qualifications to serve as an elder or ministerial servant are based on his spirituality, not on whether he chooses to wear a beard. This direction also applies to special full-time servants at Bethel and those in the field, including special pioneers, missionaries, and circuit overseers. In harmony with Romans 14:4, neither the elders nor any other Christian should feel compelled to judge a brother who chooses to wear a beard.